And a beautiful smile. Jeanette, tell us a little bit about yourself, just so that the others that are out there can get a sense of who you are.
Firstly, I'm a parent, and professionally, I'm a corporate executive, and I'm a lover of life. I love people, but I want good quality life. That's very important for me.
And also, I mean, she's being very humble here, and if you don't mind me saying, but very high up in one of the top banks in the country, and specifically in the human resources department. So specifically finding people, working with good people, getting the best out of people, and ultimately allowing teams to thrive. I mean, that's what I would,
Absolutely.
Yes. People don't like to talk about themselves.
Building and empowering talent. That's my passion.
The bottom line is she's one of the best in the country in terms of the space and ultimately around people. However, saying that, she's a corporate person. She's busy. I mean, if I've met one busy, I thought I was busy until I met Jeanette. She is always busy, okay? So when people say I don't have the time, literally this lady epitomizes that. What was the problem you were facing? Because you focused on your career, your job, the business you work for, but what was the problem personally that you were trying to solve?
Mm-hmm. As a corporate executive, I understand, the need to manage my finances and build wealth, but I have very serious time constraints. And I wanted to make sure that I have the right advice, I'm in the right company, people I trust, but I wanted to build wealth and passive income, to get my money to work for me, not the other way around.
Yeah.
That was my big problem.
And you know what's so interesting? The story you tell is so interesting. I hear this literally almost every week. It's like, hey, Scott, I saw you in 2017. So you had a problem. You and I kind of met on, when I was presenting somewhere in 2017. And 6 years later, 7 years later, we kind of embarked on a journey. Why did it take 7 years for you to kind of be able to make that decision?
Yeah, I think with time constraints, I didn't have the time to just go and research properly. But for me, trust is very important. I mean, I work in the financial sector. I can invest anyway, but I wanted to invest in a different way. But I wanted to have people that I can trust and people that I know that while my passive income is growing, it's in good hands. And it just took me much longer to get to Scott. But the minute I did that and I investigated and I realized this is a partner who has the knowledge, whom I can trust, but has done it over and over. And I also wanted to invest in an organization that has got principles that resonate with me. And I found that Scott is like an ambassador to democratize investments, bringing accessibility to different people irrespective of your income. And that for me is a vision of diversity, equity and inclusion. It resonated with me. But I know I'm putting my money where I know I'm gonna get my return. And trust, like I say, is my number one value. It's the foundation.
Sure. That's quite hard to speak after that. I thank you. I'm very, very grateful. Sure, I've got goose pimples. Just have to compose myself again. So I got two final questions, and my last question was, you and I embarked on a journey. You joined the Mastermind. The whole idea behind the Mastermind was it's a mixture between the knowledge and the investment space, but ultimately working together kind of in a group of like-minded people to achieve the objectives. What's it been like for you on that journey over the period you've been part of the Mastermind?
The Mastermind for me has been an extension of my family. It's a community for me, a community through which I am surrounded by people who have similar intentions, but similar principles. But also, it's where I get the knowledge, I get to interact, and I had the opportunity to be taken through a journey where I built a plan that is meant for me. It's customized for me, and I'm doing it for myself, but with the right support. But in addition to that, it gives me an opportunity to get an understanding of how the investment environment is also evolving. So much as I am doing investments that are growing passively, but more diversified globally. What I love about it is that it helps me to be active. I'm not just putting in my money and then going away. I'm growing, it's investing in myself, but it's also given me an opportunity to even involve my family as well. You know, this notion of building generational wealth, it may be far-fetched for other people, but the mastermind has given me the opportunity to really start looking at how I build generational wealth, and I love that. And I can see how I'm integrating, you know, the stuff that I'm doing and the passion I have for my corporate executive role, which I don't have to drop.